Hey, good morning, everybody. So this will be one of my first daily readings um, days. So yay! Right now I'm reading different stuff off of my phone. So this particular reading I'm going to start with today is called "Each Day a New Beginning," and it's by Hazelden. And it says for January 14th. And the cultural in a culture where approval, disapproval has become the predominant regulator of effort and position, and often the substitute for love, our personal freedoms are dissipated. So, wanting others to approve our efforts, our appearance, our aspirations, and behavior is perfectly normal, certainly not unhealthy. However, needing the approval in order to proceed with our lives is. In early childhood, we are taught to obey others and to please them. We confuse love with approval and we begin to march to someone else's drum. Then we get even more approval. But soon we get out of step with ourselves. We neglect our personal needs and become puppets, giving away our power to the whims of others weakens our spirit. So giving away our power weakens our spirit. Personal freedom means choosing our own behavior. It means acting rather than reacting. It also means allowing ourselves to the full adventure of living, of meeting each moment wholly, of responding in a pure, spontaneous, personal, honest manner. Only then can we give to life what is ours to give. Each of us has a unique part and play in the drama of life, and we need to rely on our higher power for our cues, not on those who approve, not on those whose approval we think we need. When we turn within for guidance, all of the approval we could hope for will be ours. So for today, I will be free today. I will let no one control my actions. I will let God give me the only approval that counts. Aligning my will with God's will guarantees that. So yeah. So this totally speaks to me in my past, not so much in my present, but in my past. Definitely a people pleaser, giving away so much that I had nothing left to give to myself. But that has changed over the years. Pain is a good motivator for change. And I, in several different points in my life, not just through my own addiction, but even in recovery, have had times of pain that have turned the wheel to me taking better care of myself and what I need and what I want to do. By the way, if you're drinking coffee, good morning. I'm having my coffee too. So sometimes we get so lost in our helping of other people, codependent behavior, whatever you want to call it, that we don't even know what we want anymore. What's our favorite color? What's our favorite this and that? So if you're at a place like that, or you want to reevaluate what is important to you now, because as age and health and all different kinds of things happen, are things that we call priorities in our self-care, our goals and aspirations change along with that. I mean, that's what's healthy, is anything that's just so structured that you can't change from that is not healthy. We should be able to have some leeway, and that makes it healthy for us. So even like all the different family roles, you hear about the scapegoat, the mascot, all that stuff. Those roles happen every day in everybody's life, but as long as they move from person to person around, that's healthy. It shouldn't just be one person forever, and one person, the mascot, and one. It should shift. Oh, today so-and-so's the hero. Oh, today, you're the one that's like the scapegoat because your behaviors and stuff today are, affecting that. So as long as things aren't rigid and staying just rigid, it can be healthy. So that goes in the same way with approval. That depends, a job, you want approval, you want, so you can get your evaluations and raises and all that kind of stuff. But it doesn't have to be rigid. And your personal freedoms get taken away when you give everything to somebody else. Then you no longer have opinions of your own, favorite colors of your own. One of my favorite things I like to talk about is I used to work with women in a long-term program, and they would be so wrapped up in their significant other or their children or their drug abuse for many years that they would no longer have a sense of self. So like if you went to, say, Barnes and Nobles, where there's a gazillion different magazines on the rack, what section would you go to? What's your favorite section? Do you know your favorite color? What is your particular favorite food? Not the food that you cook because your family, that's their favorite food. What's your particular favorite food? What do you like to do for a hobby or a outlet for yourself? How do you do your self-care? And many times when people have been so sick in not taking care of themselves and solely taking care of other people and just enmeshed in somebody else in an unhealthy way, then they forget all of those things about themselves. So you start really basic. And if you're in that position, I suggest you get a journal. I would love to help anybody that would like to start doing stuff like this and figuring out what it is they like. It goes for spirituality too. We're raised in whatever our parents believed, whether it was agnostic, whether it was evolution, whether it was Christianity, Buddhism, whatever it is. I don't care what you believe. I think that any spirituality that you grasp onto is trying to be a positive influence in your life. What I want it to be, though, is yours, not just inherited. So we can start journaling about all of that kind of stuff too. We'll talk about journaling a lot through my daily talks. Something magical happens. I learned this in the 12-step groups. When you put your mind through a pen onto actual paper, you might start out talking about one thing, and all of a sudden through your journaling it just goes into a whole different topics that you didn't even know were bothering you at the time, but they're there. So there's many different ways we can address this. Some people don't even know how to pray, so to speak. Like if you're new in recovery or new to your spirituality and you're trying to make a connection with the universe, whether you call it the universe or energy or God or Jesus or Buddha or Muhammad or whatever, and you're not sure how to go about this communication, this really helped me in the beginning. Was I wrote letters. I wrote letters to God. I still do the same thing. It's a little bit different, but I wrote letters to God, and that way it kept me focused. And like I said, that magic happened between the pen and the paper, and things came up that I didn't know were even a problem, and it would just come out through the pen. And then from that, the next day, and I kept these journals for a long time, and then I could look back and see that just by putting them out there, by getting my thoughts out there, even goals and stuff that I was writing down were starting to happen. So anyway, that was from a Hazelden book. I got to put my glasses on, sorry. A Hazelden book called Each Day a New Beginning. I really like this particular reading because it talks about all the things we just talked about: losing yourself and trying to recover yourself, stop being a puppet, look for your personal freedoms. And today, remember, I will be free today. I will let no one control my actions. I will let God, the universe, Buddha, Muhammad, whoever you believe in, give the only approval that counts. Aligning my will with God's guarantees it. So I plan on doing a whole bunch of different types of readings, and I will be more organized as I go along. I have Father Leo's daily meditation and responsibility. I have Bible scriptures. I have daily inspiration. I have one day at a time. I have one more day. I have one day at a time. There are some women's ones in here too. I have Elders Meditation of the Day, which is the Native tradition, and I love that. And we can go through, like I said, let me know what you like, and we'll do it together. I am going to be using, I think, I love books, but it's hard to get all of those, and I certainly can't afford them at this time, but I think I'm going to use other than my phone, what is that thing called, that you can order books and download them on? Anyway, whatever, I'm having a brain fart, I haven't had enough coffee, so, I just have a lot of really good stuff in here, and I want to give credit to the man who has this webpage that I use, and his name is Dennis Knapp, and he has a webpage, but his name is Dennis Knapp. He's in recovery. He works in recovery with women, and he has a webpage that, if I could find the link for you, let me go to the bottom and see if I can find it. I think if you put change in there or daily recovery readings, let me see if I can go back to his page, what it brings up. It's the Worldwide Recovery Network is what I'm going off of right now. It's the Worldwide Recovery Network, and his name is Dennis Knapp, and he has all kinds of stuff on here, and right now he has January and all the January readings from a bunch of different people, and that's what I'm using at this time. Excuse me. I'm getting over this cold. It really knocked me down for a minute. So, that's my morning reading for today. Cheers. I hope you have a great day, and I want to see you back. Please join me. Send it out to other people that you think might be interested. This is only one of many things that we're going to be doing, and just it brings up stuff. I would like to do stuff live too, so that we can interact, but I have to wait until, of course, I have some people watching my show. So anyway, have a great day. Thank you very much, and see ya. Bye.